the former UCLA Bruin, Kttn Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
Bringing him out, the third overall pick from way back in 2008, a guy now in his 15th NFL season, Matt Ryan.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken inside his own 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
Leading them out in his 2nd season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At the 45.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mills now from the 50.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mills. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal They've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. We do know that they are postseason bound, but they're leaking a little oil, so to speak, as they kind of limp into January.
Yeah, and that oil can set fire to their season, can't it?
Look at that.
See what I did there? But here's the thing that we've both seen in the NFL. Teams down the stretch playing really well. Sometimes it doesn't carry over into the playoffs. Sometimes teams that aren't playing well now, if they have good leadership at the head coaching spot and the coaching staff and within the locker room, they can find a way to turn it around. But no one wants to be on a losing streak as they head into the playoffs.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Stuck for a loss by Christian Barmore.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all, and you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're talking, you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
Throw complete right side to Cooks.
He's got the first down and more.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mills to throw it. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Mills.
And Cooks has it over the middle.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Texans at 12-4 now on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their results.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
To throw, Mills. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, They looked his way again, and what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night.
It's his target to tight end Mo Alley-Cox. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, these 2 teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Houston set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Pierce now up the middle.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that his defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, Mills.
He gets it to Cooks. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Off the play fake, Mills. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That's complete. It's Collins.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
First down, Mills.
He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Mills to the air again.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. That is launches from the upright. It's no good. Wind to the left, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
He got 29 yards that time. So a good grab there, and here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The pickup there, 5 yards.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. Just being
touchdown. John Mechie with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And some room to roam now.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And here comes the end around as Ryan will just leave this for his wideout. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Going for it with Pierce.
Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They go play action. Mills.
They'll roll him out right.
And that's complete downfield to Cooks.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there.
4 yards to go on second down from the 7. And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On third down, here's Pierce.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce.
His second TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Texans open the lead up to 34-0.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line.
No, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Meanwhile, Ryan's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Ryan. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ryan will throw again. He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Ryan to throw.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time.
And now it's 2nd down.
Christian Harris on the coverage.
To throw is Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Now it's Ryan.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. He finds his man complete. It's McKenzie.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Ryan. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Ryan.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Texans,